Hey guys, Angus here. Got another Airsoft video for you guys today. Probably a rather anticipated video by some of you guys. I know I promised to do this right away about a month or so ago, but I just never got around to it. So here today I got the video of my custom Classic Army Steyr AUG or AUG. It's a rather nice Airsoft AEG. As you can see, done quite a bit of external and internal customization to this AEG as well. The person I purchased it from said it was around 4 or 5 years old, so it's a rather old Airsoft replica, and I'm happy to have it with me. Came to my place to die or live out the rest of its life here on the field in my hands. Now, this gun originally cost me about $100. I bought it used as a standard Classic Army AUG A2, the civilian model, of course, with a rail up top. Now, as you can see, a little bit of external customization on this gun. I'm going to go ahead and explain what I did to this replica. It's one of my favorites, and I really can't wait to do this video with you guys, so let's go ahead and get into it. Now, originally, this gun comes with a standard 330 round high capacity magazine. The AUG magazines don't feed very well. You'll get a couple rounds into your full auto burst and have to wind again, just a pain in the neck. So the first thing I did was I went and bought some mid capacity magazines by King Arms. I got a set of 5 for about $40, so this is just one of them. They're plastic mid-capacity magazines, hold 110 rounds each. I had a little bit of trouble getting them to feed first, but I figured out you simply just gotta push them in a little bit harder than your standard magazine to get them to lock into place and feed. Other than that first little mishap, these things feed perfectly, and they're definitely a lot nicer to use in this gun as opposed to the high caps where they have a bit of feeding issues. These don't. So that was the first thing I did to this gun. Now, the civilian model, which is the AUG A2 I have here, with this the standard top rail as opposed to the 1.5 magnification scope that the military versions have, I didn't have an optic up here. Considering I just had this optic laying around, I figured I'd plop it up there. It is a Walter licensed, I believe through Umrex, MRS or multi-reticle sight on top. It's just a red dot sight with various different reticles to look through. This has got your standard crosshair, a couple different size dots, 4 reticles in total, 7 levels of brightness, and a red dot to look through. It's a rather low profile sort of CQB sight with great eye relief on it. A lot of people seem to like the look of this gun, maybe with an EOTech on it, but I just think it's a little too bulky for the gun's look. I prefer it with the MRS up here. I purchased this from Airsoft Station with some store credit I had, but if you're really interested in knowing how much it costs, I believe it's about $48, and it's a rather nice sight. Got all the Walter trades on there, and I think it looks great on top of the AUG here. Now, moving a little bit forward on the gun, we have the biggest and most expensive piece of customization I did. This is a King Arms lightweight Phantom AUG kit. Now, if you guys know anything about the Phantom AUG, they do sell a version, I believe by Echo 1/JG, if you're interested in just purchasing one straight out of the box. However, as I stated, this was just a standard AUG A2. I'd always liked the look of the Phantom, so I went and picked this up. It's about $110 on evike.com. It is composed of metal, and there are 2 different options. We have the CQB style Phantom kit here, but it'll also come with an extending kit that'll bring the AUG's length out to about here, which that's a little bit too big for my purpose. Maybe if you're doing a DMR style with a long inner barrel, that would work perfectly, but I wanted this as more so a CQB weapon, so I just put the CQB style Phantom AUG end on there. It does have RAS rails, one on the bottom and one on the left side. As you can see on the left side, the left rail here, I just have a big old tactical flashlight that's kind of more so meant to go underneath the gun, but I just like the look of it on the side as well. A little bit easier for me to access with my hands on the foregrip. I can simply turn it on like so. It's a rather bright light, even out here in the daylight conditions. You can still see it pretty well. It's great to have in CQB. I don't have a pressure switch for it, but you know, the push button's a lot more accessible and easier. I don't really need a pressure switch. So like I said, the Phantom kit was the most expensive piece on here. Some of you are probably saying, shouldn't it be flush with the body of the AUG there? The problem with the Classic Army, if you can see this large metal piece on the right side of the replica, sort of pushes against the Phantom kit, therefore it won't go back all the way. That's not too much of an issue, it still works fine. The only con being that it's a little bit shy of the length of my inner barrel, therefore the inner barrel is not exactly lined up with the hole in the end of the kit, so I just have it rigged up with a pen cap in there, actually holding the barrel straight. Getting on to the internal work on the AEG, the barrel in this gun was replaced with a top Type bore barrel, 509mm standard AUG length, give a little bit more accuracy and range. As for the accuracy component, this gun did come with a G&P metal hop-up unit for the AUG AEGs installed, so it already had a great hop-up unit on there. The only problem is in installing the type bore, I accidentally tore the original Classic Army or G&P bucking that was in the gun, so right now it has a JG bucking in there, which isn't doing too well. Looking to purchase a Garter hop-up bucking to repair the hop-up and make this gun shoot rather well. So really, that's my Classic Army Steyr AUG. Customization is, I think it looks pretty great. I hope you guys like it as well. As you can tell, I did spend a little bit of money on this gun. $100 stock for the original AEG, $25 for the type bore barrel, $110 for the Phantom kit, and I got this for free, but it would be $50 for the sight and probably $30 for that light. The gun's rather solid. If you're looking for a Classic Army Steyr AUG and want to do what I did, you know, just look up those parts. You can go ahead and do whatever you want. In case you're wondering, the gun shoots around 1,080 rounds per minute with a 9.6 battery, and it fires around 360 feet per second with 0.2 gram BBs with the type bore barrel installed. So with that being said, guys, this has been my video on my custom Classic Army Steyr AUG or AUG Airsoft AEG. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe, and if you have any questions, feel free to post them below.